Some sellers fall into this category and they fail. They end up failing in the long run because of this. So let's talk about it on the other side. So without any further ado, let's go. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is John from Flippin' Ain't Easy, and in today's video I'm going to just be honest with you. We talk a lot about procedure and policy and all kinds of stuff on this channel to help you become a better reseller, but I think the real answer lies deep down within each and every one of us, and that is, if you're not making the sales that you want to make, well, maybe the problem lies down deep within you. And maybe you're failing like I failed in 2022. You're failing because you didn't do a good enough job at whatever you were trying to achieve. Now, for me, I failed on a number of levels, but we talked about how I failed in 2022. But mainly, my problem's been sourcing. And went to the bins today and watched a lot of guys and girls just really work their tails off and getting through those bins. And a lot of them, after talking to a lot of them are resellers just like you and I, and they're working it. And some of those people are out there like daily. Now I surely wouldn't do that, and I got a video coming out this weekend that's going to kind of go into more of my thoughts on the whole bins, the Goodwill bins and things like that, from just simply 2 days, not really 2 days, but it's 2 different days out there and doing that and really just getting my hands dirty. Now, if you're simply killing it, this probably ain't the video for you, but it is a good way to sort of look in deep. Maybe there's other aspects of your life that you're not giving 100%, and that's where problems come from. If you're not fully engaged in what you're doing, and I'll just keep it to eBay at this point, but it can be applied to really any aspect of your life. If you're not fully engaged in what you're doing and what you should be doing to grow your business and to sustain your business, then you need to maybe if it's not within you, maybe if it's not something that you're able to do any better and you're still struggling, maybe this is not the business for you. Now, of course, there's been many times that I've thought about the sustainability of all this that I'm doing here with eBay, and I've had discussions with Jenna about it. But it's A, something that I enjoy, B, something that I have a track record of doing pretty well at, and C, I can see that there still is a future in reselling. We talked about on the live stream, is reselling dead? For some sellers, it is dead. And I think some of us sellers that are continually doing the same thing over and over and over again and just refuse to accept that maybe we need to either do something different, and that's along the same lines, do something different within our reselling business, or do something different. Simply hang up the the tape gun and find another way to make a living. Now, this message is probably meant for a very small percentage of you out there, but if you're not looking at your stats, if you're not looking at your cost of goods, what your margin is, if someone was to come up to you right now and ask you what those things are, and you can't give just a quick answer, then that probably means that you're not as invested in your business and your success as your competition, and that's why you fail, because your competition is outworking you. They're outdoing the eBay, the Mercari, the Poshmark business. They're doing it better than you. So if you have an item, now we're talking about items with comps. So you have an item that's selling on eBay. It's not like eBay's dead. This particular, let's say, popular item that's normally historically been popular, let's just say headphones, let's say all of a sudden headphones stop selling. Well, there's nothing you can do about that. But last time I checked, eBay's still putting out traffic and they're still making sales on eBay. And if your competition selling similar or the same items as you is making sales and you're not, well, that tells me that they're doing something better than you. It's the only obvious answer. Why are they able to get sales but not you? And that's the riddle that each of us have to collectively figure out. And that's why I made a video, what was it, about a year ago, that says know your competition. Is your competition making sales, or is maybe just your niche is not making many sales at all? And if that's the case, then you're sort of in a bad spot. You can continue trying to sell whatever you've been trying to sell, but if you're trying to maybe make a living out of selling on eBay, you may want to incorporate maybe a secondary store or different products into what you currently sell that's going to sustain whatever, we talk about slow sales with the want items. If you have a lot of collectibles or want items that are suddenly not really selling and your competition's not selling, then the only thing you can do to make it work is to go invest in products that actually will make you some money. And maybe it's not products you like to sell. Maybe the whole idea of you reselling certain items, a certain niche, is because it's fun for you. You have a lot of knowledge in whatever you're selling. But if those items aren't selling, it's going to be a long, long winter and a long, long Q4 for you guys. And like for me, I'm an everything seller, so it's not that big of a deal. When someone asked me today, what's your niche? And I told them, I said, I sell everything. Now, I'm sure there's some caveats to that. There's some things that I won't touch. You guys know I've already working on, earbuds that have full cake wax inside the earbuds. And you know what? As gross as that is, I'm making that work, and I've made it work. For you guys, I think some of the folks that I've seen on the forums that are complaining about slow sales, you look at what they're selling and it's just the market. But if you're dealing with slow sales because you're just not working hard enough, you're not putting in the work, you're not putting in the daily grind, and maybe you don't have that kind of time, I understand that, but you need to understand that your competition may have the extra time and might be putting in more work and doing all the necessary steps from A to Z to get those sales, and you're not able to, or maybe it's just you're not able to. Let's hope that's the case, but for some, they're not willing to. And if you're not willing to, you really can't complain when the sales aren't where you want them to be. You got to really dig down deep and use this mindset. It's just a mindset. It's a mindset of determination of, you know what, I know I haven't put in the work, but I'm going to start today, right now. I'm going to get in here. I'm going to get out there and do extra sourcing. Like for me, I'm out the bins today. I wouldn't be caught dead at the bins. But you know what? I need to supplement. I spent like $200 at the bins buying stuff at $1.69 a pound. And it should be about a 4 or 5x flip. That's my hopes, at least. So it's finding creative ways to overcome obstacles that you believe are a problem for your business. And if you put that extra effort in, make extra trips to the thrift store, call around for liquidation, spend your weekend instead of playing golf. Like, I've avoided playing golf over the last couple months regularly like I'd like to because I'm at yard sales, okay? Find the time, make the effort, and you'll see a definite change in your circumstance. So talk to me down below. Put your comments down below. Let me know what you're dealing with. Are you struggling? Is it really because of the market, the economy, or is it because you're just really not putting in the effort that you should? And let's just be honest with ourselves. I think most of us can do and apply ourselves a little bit better into our business. Just look at the little leaks that you might have. Maybe it's right now you're watching this video, instead of putting your full focus on listing or your shipping or whatever. I think all of us kind of get caught up in that. That's just one example. But only you can answer that question. I can't answer that question for you. I can just try to give you some thoughts. But I think each and every one of us need to be into looking up our solds. Look up the comps on eBay for the items that we think should have already sold, and see, A, has anyone sold this item? Okay, and B, what kind of competition are you up against? So maybe you only have 5 of these items that have sold in the last 90 days, yet there's 1,000 people selling the same item. That's not an item that you want to hang your hat on. You need to get out there and start finding stuff that's going to sell faster until whatever this economy problem we're dealing with rights itself. And I don't know how long that's going to be. So that's on you guys. I'm just wanting to put this out there today in this video. But do me a favor, hit the like button if you appreciate the time that I take to put out this content. Of course, if you like the content, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so when I go live, which I'll be doing that tomorrow, or just maybe on a whim, you're going to be one of the first ones to know and you can be part of it. So guys, just a quick video today, maybe to get ourselves in the right mindset. It's Q4. Let's start getting stuff out there that's going to sell. If that means you creating a second store, maybe just have a fun store that, you know, your niche store is not really doing so hot. Maybe you're working full-time. Maybe this is a part-time thing that you're doing on eBay and you still rely on this income. Well, you got to make it work. And if that means you have to transition into an everything seller like me, then maybe that's what you need to do, at least on a temporary basis. Many of us don't have a boss to do it for us, but self-evaluation, it's yet another example of how sometimes how flipping ain't easy. And I want you guys to have an excellent rest of your day, and we will talk to you very soon. Tomorrow, live stream 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 o'clock Eastern, and hopefully you guys will be there with your questions. And until then, have a great rest of your day.